kill it, sir. Let's go!
You have 3 questions, so just write one thing for each question.
Well, this should be figured out because we're live in 15. Let's go here.
But I feel like that means you're gonna like try to find the words.
No.
Just finish it. Oh, okay. Just here. Just drop it. Oh, what the heck?
It's Leroy Sané, and what about that? Yes, he can, all right. But it has been put in. Cristiano Ronaldo is there. It's 3, and it's turning into a magical night for the Italians in Turin. Schöner with big swings. Oh, he scored!
Using historic recovery here. PSG can't believe it.
He's looking for Mane. Oh, it's Alex Tellez.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of TNT Talk Champs. I'm your host, Tyus Durero, joined alongside, as always, by Thomas DeBose. Thomas, how are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It's been an action-packed round of 16, so you know what? Let's not waste any time and jump right into it, Ty.
Absolutely. First up, I think we should head to Spain to take a look at Real Madrid looking to hold on to their 2-1 lead over Ajax at the Santiago Bernabeu. Captain Sergio Ramos sitting this one out due to a deliberate card in the first leg. Real Madrid looking to defend their championship, obviously winners of this competition 3 times in a row. Picking it up in the 7th minute, Ajax looking to start their comeback early as Ziyech slots home the pass from Tadic to put the Dutch side up 1-0 and tie things square on aggregate. Real Madrid on their heels here early without their captain in the back line. See Luka Modric there, current Ballon d'Or winner. But check out this cheeky bit of skill from David Neres as he gets by Carvajal to earn Ajax a corner beautifully on the touchline. Just 18 years old. 18th minute now, Neres himself is found alone in the box for just long enough and releases it past Courtois to put Ajax up 2-0. His first goal in the Champions League will surely be one to remember as he puts Ajax up on aggregate. Gareth Bale on the other side of the pitch now using his pace on the left wing as he runs in, goes for the cheeky chip over the keeper, but just not cheeky enough as this one's going to hit the woodwork. Second half, Tadic now at the top of Madrid's box, puts it on his left foot and makes no mistake putting this one into the upper 90. Marco Asensio trying to inspire a comeback, but it's going to be too little too late. Take a look at this free kick here from Ajax. Just a beautifully executed free kick there from Lesser Schoner as he is going to put Real Madrid down 4-1 for a final score to knock Real Madrid out of the Champions League round of 16.
And just a stunning victory by such a young and talented Dutch squad who really make history at the Bernabeu.
Indeed, Thomas. Also Real Madrid's first defeat in the round of 16 since the 2009-2010 season, which is ironically the year they signed Ronaldo.
I mean, just an astonishing game, Ty. We are now joined by our analyst, Jocelyn McGilvery. Jocelyn, thank you very much for joining us. First things first, this defeat by Real Madrid to Ajax, I mean, what a shock, what an unexpected result. Real are out after winning the competition for all of the past 3 seasons.
Although they have won 4 out of the last 5 championships, after losing Ronaldo and Zidane, they were not the favorites to win this season. But nobody expected them to lose this early on in the season, especially to a team like Ajax who haven't won the championship since 1995. I think what happened is Real went in overconfident into the second leg, and they let it get to their heads. I can bet that Ramos is kicking himself after getting his intentional yellow card in the first half, in the first leg, and suspending him in the game on his home turf.
And now Real Madrid's season is, for most considered a failure for a club of that caliber. They're trailing by quite a bit in La Liga as well behind their Catalan rivals. But the main man, Zidane, is back out of nowhere.
It looks like it's going to be a title-free season for Real Madrid, and this is highly unusual for them. But luckily, Zidane is coming back, and he looks like he's going to be bringing hope to the team. I think this is exactly what the team needs as a pick-me-up after such a tough defeat. there's talk of a $300 million deal alongside, for a transfer deal alongside Zidane's return. So I'm interested to see how Zidane is bringing the glory back on to Bernabeu.
All right, well, thank you very much, Jocelyn. And for Ajax, this is obviously a historic win, especially having done it by some margin at the home of Los Blancos. It's going to be very interesting to see how they can battle in the next round. So now we're going to talk about some VAR, Ty. It's going to be very interesting. A lot of ups and downs in this competition about this technology.
Alex Telles scores!
What did he say?
Who lead 4-3 on aggregate. To low. Why not hit it? Corner, to a deflection. Now then, the VAR is involved here.
It's a handball, no question. An arm ball.
VAR. Penalty! Incredible!
I told you, he's given the penalty.
After 2 late penalty calls occurred this week at the hands of VAR, we decided to take a look at the new impact this technology has had on the round of 16. Let's send it over to our VAR analyst, Adam Boniface, to take a deeper look at some of this week's calls.
Thanks, Ty. Through the round of 16 in the Champions League, VAR has once again played a controversial role in the outcome of the tournament. We start with Porto versus Roma. The cross comes in, but Fernando was clearly pulled down in the box by Roma's Alessandro Florenzi. The referee didn't make the call initially, but after watching the monitor, called the penalty for Porto. Now we could clearly see how Fernando was brought down here with Florenzi tugging his jersey and pulling him down in the area. This is obviously a penalty. Brazilian left back Alex Telles makes no mistake from the spot to give Porto a 4-3 lead on aggregate and eventually the victory. The Portistas are going crazy, coaches are ecstatic, and it all comes without much controversy surrounding the decision. Now the same could not be said for PSG versus Man United, however, as this time it's Man U with the penalty shouts. Former Porto defender Diego Dalot with a shot from just outside the box. It gets deflected by Presnel Kimpembe. Take another look here, you can clearly see the ball get deflected off Kimpembe's arm, but by rule, is it really a handball? The actual FIFA handball rule states that handling the ball involves a deliberate act of a player making contact with the ball with his hand or arm. Now note the word deliberate in that sentence. The referee must also take the following into consideration when making a call such as this one. The movement of the hand towards the ball and not the ball towards the hand, the distance between the opponent and the ball, and if an unexpected ball gets played, and the position of the hand does not necessarily mean that there is an infringement. After a lengthy review, the referee finally signals for a penalty, which unfortunately was the wrong decision. Marcus Rashford was able to step up and smash the ball past a stunned Buffon as United advanced on away goals. It's another heartbreaking effort for PSG and Buffon, and it's all thanks to the newly incorporated VAR.
Thank you very much, Adam. I mean, Ty, I still can't believe PSG's eliminated just like that. And as you can see here, just some simply astonishing numbers since Nasser El Khelaifi's arrival in the French capital.
Absolutely, Thomas. In particular, Mbappe and Neymar over $350 million when they got recruited in 2017. Since then, PSG has been knocked out in the Champions League round of 16 2 years in a row. Just very underwhelming for them.
Unbelievable. We now shift things over to Germany as Dortmund had a mountain to climb in this one after losing 3-0 at Wembley in the first leg. But we've seen crazier finishes in this competition. In front of their feared yellow wall, Borussia were not about to back down. So let's check that out. We start things off in the 16th minute. High ball from Dortmund's back line. Sails atop everyone and finds an unmarked Paco Alcacer who can't find the target. Big chance in the opening minutes for the yellow and black, who would have loved that early goal. Quarter of an hour later, through ball from Tottenham's best playmaker, Christian Eriksen, to Heung-min Son, splits the Dortmund defense, but he cannot find the target either. Moments later, beautiful ball whipped into the box by Marco Reus and a great header from Julian Vale, but Lloris makes the outstanding save down low using his legs. And look at this goal by Harry Kane, a perfect through ball from Sissoko, and he makes absolutely no mistake against the goalkeeper. Top bins. One last chance. Look at that, once again. An absolute stunner. And we know Harry Kane never makes that kind of mistake. One last chance for Dortmund's Alcacer once again, who cannot get a good connection with the ball, and just Hugo Lloris happy to see it cruise behind the crossbar. Tottenham would hold on to win it 4-1.
Losing 1-0 in front of your home fans. What didn't the team do right?
Well, it's another tough defeat another very good opposition from England. They had our number tonight. They played very well. We had a lot of chances. You know, Sancho hit the post, I hit the post. Paco couldn't really find the target, so it's very disappointing to go home tonight and be knocked out of this prestigious championship.
So you guys faced off against the Spurs last year in the group stage, and they had your number twice. They also defeated you guys 4-0 this year, going aggregate. Are they a dark horse, or is there any mental game behind facing off this opposition?
Well, honestly, like you mentioned, they might be a dark horse for sure. You know, we played them 3 years in a row now in the Champions League, and it's tough to come against, especially when you got such a prominent goal scorer like Harry Kane. You know, he's just really tough to play, and like you can see again, he scored against us today again. And you know, Son, who used to play for Bayer Leverkusen, really good. So very disappointing once again to lose to this team.
It's another early knockout in Champions League. What do you guys hope to do for next year?
Well, honestly, we just gotta prepare and be focused. And we're a young team. We're uprising, and we're gonna be back and better than ever for sure.
Thanks, Marco. Back to you guys.
Tottenham, no stranger to Dortmund, obviously, as they've now played 4 times since 2017 in the Champions. Just check out these results.
Yeah, that's
Thomas.
for sure. And if we take a look at the results, Tottenham has outscored BVB a whopping 9-2 over their last 4 games in the Champions League, the first 2 coming last year during the group stages.
Yep, Dortmund forced out of the knockout stages last year at the expense of Spurs, but this year they get a tad farther, making it to the round of 16, but they're still going home empty-handed.
Let's now take a look at some of the performances of the week, and there have been 2 unbelievable ones in particular. This round saw no shortage of insane moments, but these 2 players had an undeniable impact on their teams going through to the next round.
In from Bernardeschi. Ronaldo!
He's falling out.
Doing what Ronaldo does.
Predictions. Tell them predictions.
In their hour of need, he steps forward again. The Champions League record goal scorer has got Juve right back in the tie. It was coming. Juve in front. Is it ever in doubt? The man of the moment, yet again, with another special ice-cold moment that could take Juve against all odds into the quarter-finals of the Champions League.
Truly remarkable. Juve 2-0 down before the game started. You try and paint a picture, who's going to be the man to get them out of trouble. And there's only ever one man, it's Ronaldo.
I think when Bayern have got the ball tonight. Oh, it's Mane. Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Mane! And it's in! It's the man in form with an away goal for Liverpool in the Allianz Arena. Sadio Mane strikes again. Mane. Oh, Salah for Liverpool, and it goes towards Mane. That's it! That's the one that Liverpool needed. That's the goal to take them through to the Champions League quarter-finals. It's Sadio Mane again.
Just 2 incredible nights for Ronaldo and Mane respectively, as they both pushed their teams into the final 8. But now it's your turn to vote on who was more impactful. Visit the poll on our Twitter page @OnAirChamps and tell us who you picked and why.
And we saw last night that Ronaldo picked up a little bit of an injury. He was holding his hamstring, so we'll hope he is all right. But before we set our eyes on the quarterfinal, let's take a look back at some of the moments to remember in this year's round of 16 by progressing to the next round.
As nonchalant as you like, does exactly that. Juve in front. Is it ever in doubt? The man of the moment.
Juve 2-0 down before the game started. You try and paint a picture, who's going to be the man to get them out of trouble. And there's only ever one man, it's Ronaldo.
It's been Chao Messi. Van Dijk's in, oh, he scored! Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool.
Quarterfinals here. I don't know about your predictions, Thomas, but I personally see Barca advancing 4-2 over United and Liverpool advancing 5-3 over Porto. I just think they're two better squads offensively.
All right, that's a good prediction, Ty. I'm going to have to go with Juventus on my side. I mean, you just can't write off Ronaldo. You know that he always just puts those, he puts a hat trick when he has to, and you can never write him off. And I'm going to go with City over Tottenham. I mean, Pep Guardiola's side has been just dominant over Pochettino, even though they're both great managers. But I think City just are dominant this season and have a great squad. They have a great bench depth. So, yeah, I'm going to go with City, 3-1 over Tottenham. But I think, unfortunately, that wraps up the show. So make sure you follow us on Twitter once again, @OnAirChamps. It's been an absolute pleasure. We are really excited for this next round. It's going to be unbelievable. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Take care.